Well, students, good evening to all of you. So, guys, today we are going to discuss another important topic, Piaget theory of cognitive development. Right? So, under this theory, we will understand what is a cognitive development, right? What is the Piaget theory of cognitive development? You know, the name is Piaget. Okay, you have to pronounce Piaget. Piaget theory of cognitive development. Next, Piaget's 4 stages of cognitive development. And in last, we will discuss implications in educations. Okay. So this is your, B.Ed topic. First, I show you the syllabus. Okay. What we are discussing, this is your syllabus. This is the paper 1, right, guys? Paper 1, unit 2. Okay. You can see that this is your syllabus. Okay. You can see it. Okay. Paper 1 and paper 3, we are discussing every week. Okay. According to the Kurukshetra University syllabus, right? So whatever is red, we have already covered. Okay. So I request to all of you, you all have got the notes. You can get from my channel also, right? Or directly you can approach to us. Okay. I have given you paper 1 complete notes and along with the last year solved paper, right? But okay, you should do side by side, right? So these red part we have already finished. Okay. Now see the unit second. In the second unit, paper 1, we have the 3 or 4 theories of child development, right? First, one theory of cognitive development given by the Piaget. Okay, see it, okay, and read it all of you, okay? Piaget theory. Second is theory of social and emotional development. It was given by Erikson, right? So same concept, stages, implications with special reference to the Indian context we have to do. Third is Kohlberg theory of moral development. Okay, the same. Even we are discussing Piaget theory, we are discussing social and emotional theory given by the Erikson or Kohlberg theory of moral development. Right? What we have to do? We have to do the same thing which we have finished in the previous lecture when we discussed the 2 theory of learning. One is trial and error theory and second is conditioning theory. Okay. So we understand over there concept, meaning, and in last, educational implication. So similarly, everything you should know about the educational implications. Okay. Because this is a B.Ed class. Okay. You are going to become a teacher. Basically, this is all teaching methodology. Okay. Basically, when you will come to know these all the things, then you can guys effectively teach to the student. Otherwise, teaching is not everybody's cup of tea. You have to undergo these all things, right? And we see the paper 3rd. This is the paper 3rd, right? So paper 3rd, red part we have finished. Okay, whatever the lectures I am taking, so I'm coloring as a red. So you can see that theory of learning may under the trial and error theory and classical conditioning theory we have finished, right, guys? So this we have finished. Okay. So I have colored as a red. Okay, blue part we are discussing in every week. Okay, otherwise I have given you the notes of full-fledged notes of the paper 1. Right, guys? So now you have come to know what is the today's lecture. Today's lecture is Unit 2, Theory of Cognitive Development given by the Piaget. This is a very important theory, guys. Okay, and always come in the paper. Always. 100% it comes in the paper. Right? Means even I will suggest you, because you know that na, in a paper, there are 2 question comes. Out of a 2, you have to attempt 1 in each unit. Right? Even unit 2, if you do the Piaget theory, okay, alone, okay, you can attempt your second question also under the unit second. Piaget theory of cognitive development. Okay. So we close this side, this PPT, save it, and we open the another PPT, which is the Piaget theory of cognitive development. Okay. But little bit, as you know that what I have finished in the last we discussed, for only for 2-3 minutes. Okay. We will come to know, how the lecture is going on, right? Last time we discussed the 2 theories. One is trial and error theory and second is conditioning theory. Okay. So for only 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, okay, you can open your audio session, right? Unmute your audio session. I'll ask the questions. After that, when I will start the lecture, then you can mute by yourself. Okay. So guys, kindly tell me, what do you understand by learning? Anyone can give the answer. Please unmute yourself. First of all of you. Akriti, Sister Regina, Eliza, all of you, please unmute yourself and give the answer. Kiran Madam, Shilpa, Amul, Father Amul, Father Binu, right? All of you. So please tell me, what do you understand by learning? Yes.
So learning is
Okay, one by one. Okay. Yes. Speak up.
learning is basically the acquisition of knowledge. Any new
Okay.
knowledge or information that we gain is called learning. And
Okay.
learning basically involves a transfer of skill from one party to the other. Like, for
Okay.
instance, a teacher will incite some new concepts in the memory of the student, and that is what
Okay.
learning is. Like, that's when it occurs.
Right. Anyone can give the precise definition or brief definitions of learning. What you have understood and what is what I want you should be enabled to understand the concept about the learning.
It
Yes.
changes
Anyone
it changes our behavior. By
changes the
learning,
behavior. This is good. This is a exact. This is a even more appropriate answer. Changes the behavior of the learner. Guys, this is called learning. And learning is you have to understand means my purpose is not to just my purpose is to understand the concept to you basically, because you are going to become teacher. Okay, so you don't have to learn the definitions and mug up in the mind and writing in the exams. That would be okay for clearing or getting the good marks. Okay, but in real sense you have to understand about the learning. Learning is associated with the teaching, guys. And if there is a good teaching, the result would be in learning. Okay, are you getting? When we please remember the definitions of a B.O. Smith. He has said that teaching is about teaching. Teaching is a system of activities that results learning. Okay. For example, you are a teacher. You are teaching in the class. If you are teaching effectively, naturally the result would be learning. Your teaching is directly connected with the outcome of the student, right? Result of the student. If there is a good teaching, the result would be the good learning. And how you will come to know about the learning? One guy has given the answer: changes in the behavior of the learner, right? Learning means changes. Learning means modification. Learning means development. If it occurs among the students while you are teaching, this is called the learning. Got it? So we have the, please tell me first of all, how many theories of learning we have in the syllabus? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many theory of learning we have in the syllabus?
don't know.
देख के बताओ. No worries. How many theory of learning? So guys, you should know about the syllabus. All of you have to read the syllabus first. Okay. So once you know the syllabus, you will come to know that, okay, how we are proceeding and what are our contents, right? So every class I take I have in the mind, you should have, there should be some result of that class, right, guys? So please tell me how many theories of learning we have in the syllabus. How many? How many theories? Yes. Tell me. Jaldi kijiye. I have to take the, today's lecture. Okay. We are discussing the previous one. Yes. How many theories of learning? Huh?
Don't know.
How many? How many theories of learning we have in the syllabus? Okay, I give the option, right? Two option I give you. Okay. One is 4, one is 3. How many theories of learning we have?
3.
3. Okay. Please name them. What are the name of theories of learning? So 3 theories of learning we have in the syllabus. Okay. दो तो सामने लिखी हुई हैं आपके, यहां से पढ़ लो. ये देखिए. It is written in front of you. Trial and error, guys, यहाँ से देख लो. Trial and error theory of learning, number 1. And number 2 is?
Classical conditional theory.
Very good. Classical conditioning theory given by the Ivan Pavlov. Okay. Third theory of learning. We have to finish. We didn't, started. Okay, that theory. The third theory of learning is operant conditioning, which was given by Skinner, D.F. Skinner. Okay. So tell me, who gave the trial and error theory of learning? Yes, my second question is, please see on, yes, trial and error theory given by the Thorndike.
Edward Lee Thorndike.
Thorndike. It is called Thorndike, right? American psychologist say Thorndike. Okay, in which year? Can you tell me in which year?
1898.
Very good, 1898. Okay. Can you tell me the another name of trial and error theory? Another name?
Stimulus response theory.
SR theory, stimulus response theory. Very good. Okay. Any other name instead of this? One is trial and error, one is SR theory, third is?
Two-factor theory.
Two-factor नहीं है, wrong है मैडम. ठीक है? हाँ, वो intelligence.
Laser pen theory.
ठीक है? Two-factor theory was intelligence theory given by the Spearman. Okay. This is called trial and this is called trial and error theory, connectionism theory, bond theory of learning, or SR stimulus response theory. Okay. This one. Okay. How many laws of learning under a trial and error theory? How many laws of learning we discussed in the previous lecture?
3 laws
How many
of
laws?
learning.
3 laws of learning. Instead
Three
of
laws.
this, okay. Instead of, okay, now you don't have to give the answer. Okay, every answer you are giving, I expect from other one. Okay, please tell me how many laws of learning?
3 laws.
3 laws of learning. Okay. Okay. Tell me the 3 laws of learning. What are the name? Laws of learning and name them. Okay, see the fourth question. Laws of learning and name them. Name them. Yes.
Law of reading.
Law
Yes.
of readiness, law of
Law of-
exercise, law of effect.
Effect. Yes, these are the 3 laws of learning. Okay. Now, second theory we discussed. Okay, conditioning theory. I want to know that who gave this conditioning theory of learning?
By
Who gave
Ivan
this?
Pavlov in late 1920s.
आपने नहीं आंसर देना, आप ना सारे आंसर दे रहे हो, आपको ठीक है आता है. Instead of that, my aim is not to, focus
Okay,
on a
sir.
one guy. My aim is to all of you. Okay, all of you give the answer. If you have given 1 or 2 answer, you don't have to repeat, right? Another one can give the
Okay.
answer, right? If you have given 1 or 2 answer, you don't have to give the third answer, right? I want to ask from other, right? Yes. Tell me who gave the conditioning theory of learning. Please unmute yourself, all of you, first of all. कईयों ने तो म्यूट किया हुआ है. किरण मैडम अनम्यूट करो. किरण अनम्यूट. प्रीति अनम्यूट करो. Yes. Okay, good. Rosa, Dipti, please unmute yourself. Who tell me who gave the conditioning theory of learning? Yes. बोलो बोलो फटाफट. Yes. Conditioning theory of learning.
Given by Russian psychologist
Ivan Pavlov. Very good. The Russian psychologist say Ivan Pavlov. Okay. Okay, who will tell me the meaning of conditioning? What is the meaning of conditioning and what the Ivan Pavlov established by experimenting on the dog? You know that now? Last time we discussed the, one experiment also in each theory. Okay. So what is conditioning? And what Ivan Pavlov established by discussing the conditioning theory of learning. Yes, tell me. Yes, guys. Yes, come on. Okay. First, tell me the, meaning of conditioning. Yes, tell me the meaning of conditioning. You have the notes also. Okay. You can see from the notes and give the answer, right? Yes, tell me. What do you understand by conditioning? Bolo guys, I will not move ahead, okay? If you will not give the answer of the previous lectures.
Association of original response by artificial stimulus.
अरे आपने दे तो दिए आंसर, आप बार बार क्यों दे रही हैं? शुभम, यू हैव गिवन द आंसर,
सर
राइट?
कई
आप सारे नहीं बोलेंगे, सारे बोलेंगे, आप डोंट वेरी। आपने 2 आंसर दे दिया, अब आपने नहीं बोलना, ठीक है, राइट?
ओके सर, ओके,
Okay,
यस
I know that 2 person is giving the answer. One is Shubham and one is Stephen. Okay, you know another one is not giving the answer, right? So my question from the other one: what do you understand by conditioning? Yes, tell me. Don't worry, Shubham. We will not go ahead, na, right? Because Shubham
ओके सर,
purpose हमारा है, हाँ, सभी ना, all of you, है ना, all of you go together, right? No, I'm not asking the in depth, हाँ, little bit I'm asking the question, right? प्रीति अनम्यूट करो अपने आप को, yes. Yes, Dipti, Reena. हाँ, okay, yes.
Association of original response by artificial stimulants.
Okay. Anyone? Yes. What do you understand by conditioning? Okay. Tell me, what do you understand by conditioning? बोलिए बोलिए, देख के बोलो. I'm waiting. Jaldi, come on. What do you understand by conditioning? And guys, please, what you have to do, whatever the lectures I have taken, just you have to, go through that. You have the 1 week to learn, right? So I always start the class by discussing little bit about the previous lecture, right? Because this is a necessary, right? So the time would come, you will start learning. I know that, right? And you will come to know that how to teach basically, right? Whenever you have to take the lecture in the class, you have to start where you have left. Okay. My purpose is not to giving the marks. Okay. You all would be passed with the very good marks. I know that. Right. But I have to, establish your habit. I have to make your habit, because teacher is not a teacher if he is not a learner first. Right. So please tell me, what do you understand by conditioning? Jaldi se dekho previous lecture and give me the answer of this question. What do you understand by conditioning? Yes. Yes. What do you understand by conditioning? Please tell me. कितनी है स्टूडेंट क्लास में? 15. ये नेक्स्ट आ गया 16. ओके.
The
From
conditioning is the sorry.
हाँ, yes. Okay, Akriti, go on. Yes.
The conditioning is the easiest form of learning, and the concept was given by Ivan V. Pavlov, and it is of 2 types. One is classical conditioning, and the second one is operant conditioning.
नहीं, वो ठीक है. It is, you are going into detail. Okay, I have come to know that. Okay, ये आप करो. You have to learn it. Okay, just to filling the papers, right?
हाँ जी.
Filling the pages. Okay, in the exam, right? But here you have to tell me the answer. What you have learned about the conditioning. This is good. Okay, because in an exam you have to fill the 7 pages within a half an hour. Okay, it is good, Akriti. Okay, but here you have to tell me in brief, what do you understand by conditioning, which was given by the Ivan Pavlov? What is conditioning?
So conditioning is basically SR learning, when an unconditioned stimuli is basically it's basically CS and US conditioned stimuli and the unconditioned stimuli. When the food follows the bell and it is given to the dog, that is when conditioning occurs. And the dog starts salivating to the bell before the food arrives. That is when conditioning occurs.
अरे ये मैंने आपको फिर बोल रहा हूं, नेक्स्ट टाइम ये सारा आपने लिखना है पेपर में, फिलिंग द पेजेस. ओके, बट फॉर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, व्हाट डू यू अंडरस्टैंड बाय कंडीशनिंग, व्हिच वाज गिवन बाय द इवान पेवलव. अभी एक पर्सन ने हैज गिवन द राइट आंसर, राइट? कैन यू रिपीट that guy, because I'm looking at
yes.
the camera. Yes. What
Conditioning
do you
means
understand?
association of original response by artificial stimulus.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely. Okay. This thing you should know it. Right, guys? Right, Akriti?
हाँ जी, sir.
Whatever you are whatever you are saying, na, Akriti, it is also correct. But it is in a detailed way. Hana? You will explain to any person like that. Huh? मतलब if any student is asking from you, और आप उसको इतना डिटेल में, right? So in a one line, conditioning means, getting the original response by giving the artificial stimuli, right? By
हाँ
giving
जी.
the artificial stimulus, by giving the artificial stimulus, when you get a original response from the student. This is called conditioning. Okay. And what is the artificial stimulus? For example, you ask any question in the class and any of the student gives the answer. Guys, trust me, if you smile, okay, after listening the answer, that would be also the, one conditioning to the student, and you are getting the original response, right? Next day, student would learn because you have given the smile, right? You can give the, okay, next day you have to learn it. I will give you the, chocolate, pen, copy, any of the prize in the class, right? So by giving the, still you didn't give, right? By giving the, artificial stimulus, you get the original response. This is called the conditioning, basically, right? But you have to understand this theory. You have to give the, whatever you have committed to the students, you have to give. Okay, once they would learn automatically, then you can remove that stimulus. Okay, the answer would be yes. The answer would be they will learn automatically. Okay, so these are the emotional, these are the, sorry, these are the educational implications of conditioning, Hana, we have discussed. Yes. So both theories are very important, and you know that this is also the second unit of paper 3, huh? So we have the 3 theories. Even if you learn the 2 theories, you can attempt your questions well, right? Third theory will also do, but today we will discuss the topic Piaget theories of learning, right? So I'm going to start today's topic, Piaget theory of cognitive development, right, guys? Here you have to understand. Now you can mute yourself, all of you. Please, you can mute yourself, all of you. Thank you so much, guys, for your cooperation. Yes. Now we are going to discuss Piaget theory of cognitive development, right? So here we have to understand what is a cognitive development, right? And the 4 stages of Piaget theory of cognitive development. And in last, we will discuss implications in education. Okay, this is a full-fledged questions. Okay, it always come 100%. So we understand first of all what is the Piaget theory of learner, Piaget theory of cognitive development. Sorry. So Jean Piaget gave this theory. Actually, he was a Swiss psychologist. He worked for several decades on understanding children's cognitive development. Most widely known theory of cognitive development. Basically, Jean Piaget wants to say that, cognitive development means, he wants to establish that intelligence changes when children, grow up. Okay. So meaning of cognitive development, we have to understand. Okay. So this is the most important. Sometime in a short question, this question come. What is a cognitive development? Right, guys? So what is a cognitive development? Even in the next class, I will ask from you. What is cognitive development? Okay. Please learn, all of you. Cognitive development means how children think, how children learn, how children explore and figure things out. Right? So it is the development of knowledge, skills, problem solving, and temperaments which help children to think about and understand the world around them. Brain development is a part of a cognitive development. So guys, this is a very, important meaning lies in these definition. The hidden meaning of that. Okay, which I want you should know that. Okay, again read these 2 lines. Even, second line. Okay, the first line is cognitive development means how children think, how children learn, how children explore and figure things out. It is the development of knowledge, skills, problem solving, and temperaments which help children to think about and understand the world around them. So second line is for you, right? You should know that. You have to create such kind of a things so that they should, mean students, children should compel to think. This is called actually teaching. Are you getting my point? Teaching does, why we are doing these all things, these all stuff, why we are doing for becoming a teacher, and this is a teaching methodology. right? By doing the teaching methodology, we can effectively teach, because we have come to learn that teaching is not pouring into the mind of the student, looking from the book and, putting in the mind of the student. We have to establish, being teacher, being parents, we have to establish such kind of a environment, okay, such kind of a environment where student can compel to think, so that they should be able to learn their things by their self. This is called teaching, right? As a parent, ye dekho, underline the important line. As a parent, it is important to foster your child's cognitive development. As a parent, and as a teacher, teacher is also a parent, right? Okay, one educationist has said that teacher is a second parent of the student, right? So as a parent, it is important to foster your child's cognitive development. You have to work on, this as soon as he is born, because doing so provides a foundation for your child's success in school and later in life. Getting the point, guys? At a very first day, I'm telling you, and in the last, you will say that child is never ever weak in the world, in this planet. Always teacher is a weak, right? So meaning developing cognitive development, how you can develop the, cognitive abilities among students. Okay, see these, 7 or 8 bullets, right? From that way, guys, you have to develop the cognitive abilities among the students, cognitive development. Okay. So to promote your child's cognitive development, it is important that you actively engage in quality interaction on a daily basis. Example include talking with your baby and naming commonly used objects. Next, letting your baby explore toys and move about. Next, singing and reading to your baby. Next, exposing your toddler to books and puzzles. Next, expanding on your child's interest in specific learning activities. And last, answering your child's why questions. It is also applicable in the class also, right? So these things you have to develop in the class for your, students. Only then they can develop their cognitive abilities, thinking abilities, reasoning abilities, right? So, sometime, by wrong method of a teaching, we kill the cognitive ability, reasoning ability, thinking ability of the student. And later on, we say that student has got a less marks in the class. But actually, the fault is on the part of the teacher. Guys, ye dekhe child's brain, right? What happens when the baby born? Child brain ke andar memory, training, opportunities, educations, creativity, intelligence, potentials, everything is in the child's brain. Everything. Please learn the definition of a Swami Vivekanand, what the Swami Vivekanand has said it. Education is the manifestation of the divine perfection already existing in a man and a child. So what is your work as a parent, as a teacher? Your work is to draw out of the best. Your work is to arousing these all the things. Your work is to stimulating these all the things. Student will learn by their self. Okay. You have to, stimulating the learning power of the students. Okay. These all things, in the child's brain. Okay. So here I have put a one, this line is a, suited in this theory of Piaget theories of cognitive development. That's why I have put this line in the middle of the slide. The tragedy of life is not death, but what we let die inside of us while we live, said by the Norman Cousins. Tragedy of life is not death, but what we let die inside of us while we live. Okay, we are living, and without understanding the concept, without understanding the science of teaching and learning, we are teaching to the student and we are killing the reasoning power, abstract power, imaginations power of the students, right? So guys, Now we discuss the Piaget's 4 stages of a cognitive development, where we will come to know that where we have to work, right? Because by understanding this theory, we have to establish our teaching powers, our teaching skills, and we will come to know where we have to work, because this is the purpose of B.Ed, right? So guys, cognitive development occurs through the interactions of innate capacities and environment events, and children passes through a series of stages, right? So these are the 4 stages given by Piaget, and Piaget wants to establish that, he wants to say that when the child grow up, intelligence changes, and being parents and being teachers, you have to teach in that a way so that they can, develop their intelligence level, as well as, they can understand your concept well, right? When, first of all, you will come to know that these are the stages, these are the, the intelligence level of the students in every stages, only then guys you can better handle to the students. Okay, so these are the 4 stages. Number 1 is a sensory motor stage. This is a 0 to 2 year of birth. Pre-operational stage 2 to 7 year. Concrete, in the next slide you can see that in a clear way. This you can see that first is sensory motor, second is pre-operational, third is concrete, and fourth is formal operation, right? According to the Piaget, sensory motor stage occurs between 0 to 2 year of birth. Okay, so in this 2 years, child talks with the world through senses and actions. Second pre-operational stage occurs between 2 to 7 years. Here, the child understands the world, talks to the world through language and mental images, right? In this time, you have to develop this thing. Concrete operational, it is 7 to 12 years. Here, children talks with the world through logical thinkings and categories. And last is formal operational, 12 years onwards. Understand, here the children, adolescents understands word through hypothetical thinking and scientific reasoning. And guys, actually in reality, you interact with these students, Hana, on, on concrete operational and formal operational. Okay, even pre-operational also. Okay, because after a 3 years, 4 years, child comes in the school, Hana, gets the admissions and rules in the school, right? So this thing you should know that. So what we have to do under this theory, we have to understand these all 4 theories of cognitive development, these all 4 stages in detail. What happens in each series, in each category, right? And in last, we will discuss educational implications. Okay, so we start from the sensory motor stage. So this is called the sensory motor stage. It occurs between 0 to 2 years. Here, infant try to make senses of their world through sensory perceptions and motor activities. Okay, skills they are born with: looking, sucking, grasping and listening, right? तो ये basically होते हैं. Second आ गया pre-operational stage. So here we have to understand this is between 2 to 7 years. Okay, what are the major characteristics or development changes during this stage? What happens? Here, 2 to 7 years, child begin to think symbolically and learn to use words and pictures to represent object. Tends to be egocentric. Hana, you have seen that. Hana, this year of a, children, they are, very egocentric and struggle to see things from the perspective of others. Okay, because they didn't develop their, level of thinking, their decision level. Okay, so they see the things from the perspective of others. And next, getting better with language and thinking, but still tend to think in a very concrete terms. So here we have come to know that in this stage, 2 to 7 year, they can getting better with language and thinking. So guys, here we have to work on the language. That's why it is said now, we have to work at the very formation years of children. So in last, at this stage, kids learn through pretend play, but still struggle with logic and taking the point of view of other people. They also often struggle with understanding the idea of constancy, right? Next third may we see that, what changes occur, or what, characteristics and development changes during this stage, which is a 7 to 11 years or 12 years, which is called the third stage of concrete operational stage by the Jean Piaget, given by the Jean Piaget. So here, what happens? See that one by one. These are very important. Here, they begin to think logically about concrete events, right? They begin to understand the concept of conversation, that the amount of liquid in a short white cup is equal to that in tall skinny glass, for example, right? Because now here they will come to understand that the white cup, whatever the liquid we put in the white cup, it is equal to the, tall one, right? Because their logic has developed. Here they are developing the logic, right? So you have to work, you have to ask such kind of a questions. You have to work on that logical thinking. Next, thinking becomes more logical and organized, but still very concrete. Next, begin using inductive logic or reasoning from specific informations to general principle. In last, during this stage, children also become less egocentric and begin to think about how other people might think and feel. Okay. So in this stage, up to 12 years, they come to know that how other people might think and feel. Kids at this point in development tend to struggle with abstract and hypothetical concept. Okay. Which comes in the, fourth stage, which is a formal operational stage. It is age 12 and, onwards. Here, what are the major characteristics and developments occurs among the students? Number one, now first bullet, they begin to think abstractly and reason about hypothetical problems, right? Next, they begins to think more about moral, philosophical, ethical, social, and political issues that require theoretical and abstract reasoning. Okay. Next, they begin to use deductive logic or reasoning from a general principle to specific operation. In last, the ability to thinking about abstract ideas and situation is the key hallmark of the formal operational stage of a cognitive development. The ability to systematically plan for the future and reason about hypothetical situations are also critical abilities that emerge during this stage. So guys, such kind of a intelligence develops when the child grows up from 0 to up to, all the 4 stages, which is defined by the, Piaget. Right, guys? So next we discuss the most important thing. What are the implications of Piaget theory of education? So basically, whatever the concept we are doing, the last lecture we finished the 2 theories, trial and error theory and classical conditioning theory, right? Now we are discussing the Piaget theory of a cognitive development. But guys, the most important thing is that the implications, right? Okay, because after learning this theory, understanding the concept of that theory, you have to implement in the classroom. So what you have learned from the Piaget theory of learning? The number one, Jean Piaget theory of a cognitive development has been extremely influential in developing educational policy and teaching. So guys, whosoever is making the teaching policies or new education policy, just like 2020 new education policy has come, right? So every person's, they, keep in mind by this theory of cognitive development, right? For example, a review of a primary education by the UK government in 1966 was based through strongly on Piaget's theory. Discovery learning, the idea that children learn best through doing and actively exploring, was seen as a central to the transformations of primary school curriculum in most of the world's country, right? So these are the implications. Okay, so whenever any policies made by the persons, okay, so they take care of this theory. Even, this example, you can see that primary education by the UK government in 1966 was based strongly on the Piaget theory, right? Further implications of the Piaget theory. Okay, we have come to know that from the Piaget theory of learning, Piaget theory of cognitive development, learning is an active process. Dekho, the most important line. Learning is an active process. Children actively explore and construct their own knowledge. Are you getting my point? This is the most important, guys. Learn this line again. Children actively explore and construct their own knowledge. This is the meaning of teaching, basically. Means you don't have to look from the book and pouring into the in the mind of the student, okay, and promoting the rote learning. Basically, you should know that. And by this theory, you have come to know that learning is a actively process and children actively explore and construct their own knowledge. So guys, you have to work on the learning abilities of the student. You have to stimulate the learning power of the student. Okay, they will learn the concept by themselves because they are also constructing their learning and knowledge. Got it? So when you pour into the mind of the student, now what you do that by knowing or by, you can say, accidentally, okay, you kill that, power of the student, right? So they cannot, construct their own knowledge. Once you promote the rote learning or, such kind of things because of your wrong method of teaching. Learning is an active process. Children actively explore and construct their own knowledge. You have to make the children so that they can solve their problem by themselves. They can learn by themselves. You have to arouse the learning power of the student. Right? Next, learning should take place in an authentic, meaningful situation instead of isolated skills. Next, thinking becomes more systematic and integrated over time. Consider the cognitive stage of a student with respect to the presentation strategies, examples, and assignment. Use disequilibrium to motivate, use social interactions. Okay. Further, we discuss educational implications is important in every theory. Okay. So, ab dekho abhi, this is another, important one. Problem-based learning, problem solving, right? Students conduct the research based on theories, concept, and various scientific principles. There are 4 steps to follow. 1, identify the problem. 2nd, collecting the data. 3rd, analyze and gather data. 4th, to draw a conclusion or a possible conclusion. From that way, guys, you have to teach basically problem solving activity. Means you have to train the student's mind in that way. First of all, they should identify the problem. 2nd, once they have identified the problem, they have to collect the data. 3rd, they have to work on the data, right? Analysis and gathering the data. And 4th, draw a conclusion. Okay. This is called the teaching. Discovery learning. Okay. Another implications of this theory is the discovery learning is aimed to develop a research competence and to improve the learner's appreciation towards science. It is more focused on the learning process rather than in product. Next are cognitive strategies. Another educational implications are one type of a learning strategy that learners use in order to learn more successfully. Okay. So guys, always, you should have in your mind, whatever the knowledge you have regarding the teaching and learning, regarding the B.Ed, regarding the educational activities, okay, the result directly on the outcome of the student. Okay, if you are a good teacher, naturally, okay, the learner would be good. All right. If you are not good, the result comes in a, in negative. It depends on you. Once you are in a class, you are interacting with the student. You know all the methods, all the theories, all the intelligence theories, learning theories, teaching theories, teaching styles, learning styles, everything if you know that, So that results on the outcome of the student. And guys, don't make such kind of a judgment in your mind. This student is a weak. Okay, student, do not take the interest, because you are not one who is creating the interest in the class. Getting? Project based learning. Okay, ये देखो, ये सच, ये these, okay, these are the methods we have to teach. We have to teach in a such way where, you know, problem based learning, from that way we have to teach discovery learning, cognitive strategies, project based learning. ये देखो लिखा हुआ है, it is a teaching method. ये देखो, it is written in the fourth, project based learning, it is a teaching method. Teach from this method in which students gain knowledge and skills by working for an extended period of time to investigate and respond to an authentic, engaging, and complex questions, problem, or challenges. Right? So notes already I have shared with you. You can, you know, download from my Telegram channel, a direct approach to me. Okay. So from that way in detail, you can see that. Right? Okay, guys. Now, you know, in last, so we have done, you know, who gave this theory of, you know, cognitive development about the gene Piaget, then 4 stages of gene Piaget. Then we finished the educational implication, and in last 3 things we have to done. Okay, these are the called basic keywords which comes in Piaget theory of learning. Okay, you must understand these 3 things. Okay, so they will, you know, if you know that now, only then you can effectively teach to the student. How you have to teach to the student, you will come to know about, you know, if you understand these all things. One is schema, second is assimilation, third is accommodation. Right? Schema, assimilation, or accommodations. Okay. Now we understand what are 3 things. Right? This is directly related with this theory. First is schema. So understand the schema. What is schema basically? Schemas are the thought processes that are essentially building blocks of the knowledge. These are the thought processes. These are the building block of the knowledge. Okay, of the student, you know, even among all. It helps us to interpret and understand the world. As experience happen, okay, whatever the experience happens, you know what? As experience happen, so as experience happen, this new information is used to modify, add, or change previously existing schema. For example, see that example. Okay. From the example, you will come to know about the schema. Okay. For example, a child may have a schema about a type of animal such as dog. Okay. When a child saw a dog, okay, so he has the experience in the mind. Dog has a 4 legs, 1 tail. Huh? Okay. Next, assimilation. This is called the schema. Schema is a thought processes, building blocks of the knowledge. Okay. So child has seen the dog, for example. He has seen the dog. Okay. What kind of schema he has made in the mind? Dog has the 4 legs, 1 tail, and, you know, furry, है ना? Uske jo baal hain, right? This is called the schema basically. What happens? Okay. I discuss assimilation or accommodations. With this, I, you know, clear this concept. Now assimilation. Assimilation means the process of taking in new information into our already existing schema is known as assimilation. Right? You know what happens? In second example, I'm giving to you. Now that child has, first child has seen the dog. Child saw a dog and he has a schema in the mind. Dog has the 4 legs, 1 tail, and, you know, furry. Okay. You know, second, when he interacts with the cow, when he interacts with the such kind of another animal, right? So you know what happens? You know, he has a schema in the mind. So sometimes he says that he is also a dog. Hana, you have seen that. Assimilation is how you use your existing schema to interpret a new situation or object. Third, okay, learn the third, then you will understand all the 3: schema, assimilation and accommodation. What is accommodation? Accommodation means another part of a adaptation involves changing or altering our existing schema in light of the new information. A process is known as accommodation. Now you know what happens when the child interacts with this such kind of an animal. You know that animal is not a dog, although he has the 4 legs and 1 tail, right? Once you know this new information, he alters or changes in his previous schema. This is called the process known as the accommodation, right? Accommodation involves modifying existing schema or ideas as a result of the new information or the new experience. New schema may also be developed during this process. And in last, the child accommodates when they understand that not all the furry or 4-legged creatures are dog. Got it? So guys, in a simple sense, in a simple way, I just want to tell you, think about the pre-active stage of teaching. What happens in the pre-active stage of teaching? You make the plan, okay? You have in your mind, about the students. When I asked the question, what is the meaning of a pre-active stage? Only one student gave the answer, to know the student first. So what happens in the pre-active stage? Okay, the next day you have to give the lecture, but pre-active stage, you know the student, you know the mental level of the student, what type of a schema they have, from where you have to start your lecture, whatever the knowledge they have already formed, right? Schema already they have the knowledge, and how you have to assimilate and accommodate the new one, right? This is called the teaching. Got it? That's why you have seen in my teaching also, I always taught from where I have left, right? Because you will come in the class, you start learning, and you come to know about this thing, and I go, ahead. So this is the meaning of the accommodations. From that way, you have to teach, guys. So this is a very important theory of cognitive development, which was given by the Jean Piaget. So thank you so much, guys, for this theory. Thank you.